Yo. Now, recently, Comic-Con happened, which I unfortunately didn't go to. Not that I wouldn't have wanted to, but it's never anywhere particularly near where I am. But while it was there, while it was happening, Comic-Con released a whole load of new trailers for a load more superhero stuff. The Doctor Strange trailer, the final trailer for Suicide Squad, new series of Gotham trailer, Arrow trailer. They frankly released a lot. But the one I want to talk specifically about is their trailer for The Flash Season 3, which I will include in a link down below when I get down to editing this video, when I get the chance. Now, The Flash Season 3, as they set up at the end of Season 2, was going to focus on the comic book storyline of Flashpoint, which I have actually gone out and bought. And I've read it through, and it's a big storyline to adapt, and from the look of the trailer, it doesn't look like they're going to kind of adhere to the comic storyline, which may be for the best, as there's a lot of elements they wouldn't be able to include. But all the same, I think it's a shame. I mean, I'm sure their version will be good and will kind of create something fresh and new, but there's something. It would have been kind of nice to kind of see them do a full Flashpoint. But I made a list, and I'm going to share with you now 7 ways that they could have done Flashpoint. Now, some of these they may go on and do, some of them may just kind of shrivel and die. Some of them may just be pipe dreams. But these are 7 ways that the CW's Flash could have done Flashpoint. Now, for the first one of the key people who helps Barry out in the original Flashpoint storyline was Batman, but not the Batman we know. The Batman we know, Bruce Wayne, was in the comic storyline Flashpoint, actually was the one murdered in the alleyway, the one that in the original timeline his parents were killed. This time, though, Bruce is killed in the alleyway, and his parents. Well, his mother supposedly goes mad and becomes the Joker, and his father, Thomas Wayne, goes on to become Batman. Now, obviously, CW doesn't have the TV rights to Batman at the minute. Those lie with Fox and Gotham. So, one of the ways they could have done this was to swap Batman out for the next person they have available, i.e. Green Arrow. Make it so that Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen died in the Queen's Gambit hijack, and instead his father, Robert Queen, played by Jamie Sheridan, becomes the Green Arrow, or a darker version of him. Now that would have been quite fun to see. From the trailers, it doesn't look like they're going to do that, but that would have been a good plot point to see, and it would have been pretty fun to see. Plus, it would have been quite nice to tie into if they did another Flash Arrow crossover later down the line, kind of in the Flash Season 3 or in Arrow Season 5, that they were able to do the kind of iconic scene with Bruce and Barry at the end, or done with Oliver and Barry, where Barry would essentially hand over a letter to, in this case, Oliver, from his father, to basically say he couldn't be more proud, and Oliver could just turn to Barry and go, "You're one hell of a messenger. Thank you." Now, as I said, it doesn't look like they're going to do this, and I can probably see why. I mean, from what I gather, crossovers are quite expensive. But, it would have been fun to see, and it would have tied pretty well into the original comic. Right, number 2, which is probably one of the ones they can actually do, is Citizen Cold. Now, in the comic storyline, Captain Cold, one of the Flash's most iconic enemies, is now hailed as Central City's greatest hero. This is an idea they could actually do, as although Wentworth Miller's Captain Cold was supposedly killed off in Season 1 of The Flash, well, no, not Season 1 of The Flash, Season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, they say he's going to be kind of a regular on The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. It was said recently he was going to be part of the Legion of Doom, which I guess is some villain team up for Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, but that would have been a plot point they could have followed, actually, in the Flashpoint system, making Citizen Cold a reality, which Captain Cold's become quite iconic on the Flash, and so it would have been quite nice to see a reverse side, see his hero side brought out. Right, now number 3 is one of the ones that they can't really do it, but it would have been fun to see. Now, in the original comic, one of the people who helps out Barry is Captain Thunder, or as he's better known in our timeline, Shazam, or Captain Marvel. DC's version of Captain Marvel, better known as Shazam. Yeah. In the comics nowadays, he's one kid who, when he shouts out Shazam, he turns into the great hero Shazam, or Captain Marvel, or in this case, Captain Thunder. Now, in the Flashpoint comic, Captain Thunder is actually made up of a collection of about 6 different kids, which, while they're not particularly kids, would be a good idea. One thing they could have done with that is Firestorm. Now, I've already established Firestorm pretty well, and had kind of 3 different people in the role, with Martin Stein still there throughout all of it, and then kind of they had Ronnie Raymond in season 1, and then transitioned to Jefferson Jackson in season 2. In the Flashpoint paradox, they could have done that all 3 of them actually have to combine together to create Firestorm, which would have been a nice substitute for Shazam. But as Firestorm is currently off working with Rip Hunter and the Legends, it would be quite tricky, so they're not going to do that. That's a pity. For point number 4, swap Cyborg for Vibe. Other than Batman in the Flashpoint paradox, the other kind of big player in there, apart from the Flash, is Cyborg. As he kind of serves to unite all the heroes together in order to stop the Atlantean-Amazon war. Which, obviously, since they don't have the rights to Cyborg, TV rights to Cyborg either, and it's usually played by Ray Fisher in the Justice League movie fairly soon, the next best thing that I think they could have probably done was to do Carlos Valdes' Vibe. Kind of show a universe where Vibe has fully developed his abilities and is the hero that Vibe grew up to become. And it would have been quite nice to see, kind of Vibe trying to convince Green Arrow to join the cause, whereas the Robert Queen version of Green Arrow would have been reluctant to, and Cisco would continually try and convince him before he eventually joined. Now, once again, it seems like Carlos Valdes, Cisco, Ramon is going to play an entirely different role in their version of Flashpoint, but once again, it would have been quite fun to see. And number 5, and one they're probably going to end up doing, is Barry having the final chat with his mother at the end, where she says that he has to go back and to just move on with his life. And just allow her to die, but she'll always remember it. And that, I think, will be a good one to see. And that one will probably end up being there. And number 6, include the reverse Flash somewhere, whether it's Tom Cavanagh or Matt Letcher. And the trailer shows Matt Letcher in the role, and I'm glad they're doing that. That's one thing that's definitely going to be included, as he plays a massive part in it. And finally, the final one, it has to affect the whole Arrowverse, which I thought would be a good way to bring Supergirl in, but seems she's going to be brought in through Legends of Tomorrow. But it will be a good way to kind of change the Arrowverse in some way, make it different, and leave an impact. Well, those are the 7 ways that I think CW could have done Flashpoint. Some of them I think they'll do, some of them I think they won't. I mean, as I said, I think they'll probably do 2, 5, 6, and 7, but 1, 3, and 4 I don't think they're going to do. But still, it would have been fun to see. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.